Hey everybody. Okay, so this is what's been occupying my time a lot. The reason why I haven't really had any videos in a while. As most of you know, this past May my mom passed away. And you know, my brother and my dad passed away a couple years before that. So I'm the only one left in my immediate family. And I inherited my mom and dad's house, which is not finished. It was their dream. They loved coming over to Alabama, but it's 3 hours away from where Wendy and I live and work, and I've been coming over here pretty much every weekend, doing all the yard work and just upkeep, just, you know, because with a house, you know, you don't want it to just sit idle or things, you know, go bad. So just kind of give you a tour of it. I do have an offer on the house already, and so we are pursuing that. I actually have a contract on it. So within the next month or so, we will be saying goodbye to this house. A lot of good memories here. I'm not financially to a point where I can upkeep our home in Georgia and upkeep this home here. I wasn't expecting to take on, you know, all the additional utilities and insurances and taxes and all that stuff. But I wanted to give a tour of the home just to kind of show you. I know I did a video, I don't know, years back of just what was inside my parents' home. It's drastically different now because after my dad passed away, I actually spent quite a bit of time going through things, and even before he passed away, when he was battling cancer, we did a lot of cleanup and got rid of a lot of stuff, and so there's nowhere near as much stuff in the house now. But I just kind of want to walk through the house and let everybody see it, because it is a unique house. This home actually started off as just a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, half basement home, and I lived here, you know, when I was younger for a few years before my parents moved to Georgia full time. We kept coming over here on the weekends to visit relatives and grandparents and all that. So we have lots of family still here. But so the idea is when this home was created, my dad wanted a garage, and so he was talking about making a big garage. Well, my mom wanted a room on top of the garage. That way we could, you know, have all the get-togethers and everybody, you know, meet together. Well, when they decided to do that, my dad just decided to go ahead and build a house around the old house, is pretty much what they did. And for the most part, like, all the exterior is newer construction. I mean, obviously they've been working on this project for over 10 years, but it's all newer construction on the outside. And then the inside, there's still some sections of the old house that haven't been taken out. So my parents didn't have plans or anything as far as, you know, building plans. They just, you know, had an idea and went with it. So it does make it a little challenging to sell something like this, because you do have to find somebody that's going to, you know, that deals with this type of thing, where they know they've got to gut everything out, put in new. They already have some ideas and plans of what they want to do. In the end, it'll be an amazing house, I mean, no doubt. But anyway, I'm gonna get started. First is the Little Red Barn. So, interesting story on this Little Red Barn. In the very beginning, this barn was only about 3 feet deep, I guess you could say, 3 or 4 feet. I think it actually stopped around here, and all dad had it for was a decoration piece. Basically, it was like they stored some stuff in it, some, you know, decoration things from holidays and things. But I mean, that's pretty much all it was. Is it just was a little red barn. And then my mom actually had a little gift shop idea, and so my dad actually finished the barn and made it a full barn, to where she could have her little store in here. my mom stopped doing the gift store thing a long time ago, and so they kind of turned it into just a extra bedroom for anybody that was coming and visiting. But it's pretty cool because it is heated and aired. It's got an air conditioning unit and a heater. This used to have a lot of decorations and stuff in it, but somebody's flying. A lowrider pickup truck. Yeah, that was loud. But anyway, so it's basically just a little one bedroom. You've got a little porta potty here in the corner, a little loft, but it serves a pretty good purpose. I mean, it's pretty neat because it's just an extra guest bedroom. It's funny because we did a lot of yard sales, and I actually had quite a bit of people ask if the barn was for sale, and I'm like, no, it's going to go with the house. It's like I wouldn't even want to attempt to see somebody trying to move this, but it is pretty cool though. It's like already got a she shed. So there's the little red barn, and I had a solar camera set up. I gotta take all that down still. We'll just do a quick walk of the outside. I'll start back over here in the corner. I ain't gonna make you guys watch me walk around, so I'll fast forward to there. Well, one thing my dad did is they did have I guess it's underneath that dirt right there. No, it's underneath it right there. There's actually a hookup for an RV that goes to the septic because they used to park an RV right here. So a little back porch. The original plan, this back porch is only about a year old. The original plan was to extend that deck all the way around and have it, stepped up, but that wasn't built yet. And then when Dad got sick, pretty much all the construction stopped. And these two exterior doors here were just boarded up, and insurance does what insurance does. My mom's insurance company that she had, I guess it was like a brokerage company, and they changed insurances, and when they changed, they had to come out and do a appraisal and everything on the house. Well, the first thing they said was you can't have, obviously, doors that could lead to somebody falling out of them, even though they were boarded up and stuff. So she had to spend money to go ahead and get a deck done. So that's the reason why that got done within the last, year and a half, I guess. But the original idea though was to have all this connected, but that's going to be somebody else's plan now. And you see the big firewood holder right there, because this has got a huge fireplace in it. And don't mind the mess. There is some mess and junk back here. I couldn't get it all cleaned up. So there's the fireplace, and then we have a garage door on this side, and then there's a garage door around the side over there facing out the other side of the house. Only downside to having a log cabin around here is bees will get into it, and then when bees get into it, woodpeckers go for the larvae for the bees, and that's why you have where woodpeckers have pecked on different spots, and all that's going to have to be patched up and fixed. But again, that'll be somebody else's plan, not mine. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of these scenarios of not my deal to have to deal with, because I know I almost, not as a joke, but I didn't want this house to consume me. I actually told my aunt that I told Wendy that, my mom and dad love this house, and like I said, I love the house too. If this house was in Georgia, I would sell my house and finish this house and live here because it's a unique house. But It's just, it's not in a convenient location for us, so it doesn't make sense to try to figure out a way to keep it. And I know I don't have the money to finish what needs to be finished. So anyway, let's go back around the other side of the house. So my dad made the roof on this part tall enough where he could drive the RV underneath this. And it does have like a porch forever. I mean, it's a really long porch. It's got a little bit of property. I mean, it's about almost, not quite 9 acres, about 8.7 acres. All that front yard is ours. The tree line right here is actually the neighbors. The house is like right on the back of the property, and that's the front of their property. But it's got all that yard is what I've been mowing, and then it's got a lot of hardwood. Goes down a hill, back up a mountain. You do get all kinds of wildlife, obviously deer. We have seen some black bear. Not a lot of them, but you see them every once in a while. Mountain lion, did catch a mountain lion on camera. It was like walking right up through here. And here's the back of the house. Try to get a better angle. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, is just memories, you know, getting to see it and everything. Me and my dad did a lot of stuff here for sure. But there's the kind of the corner shot of the house. You'll see some siding damage and stuff because at first, originally my dad and them didn't have gutters on it, but they had all the gutters installed with leaf guard probably about 5 years ago. I think that cost them about $18,000. So this is the back of the other part. That corner right there, when I do a tour of the garage, that corner is actually plumbed for a bathroom down there. But it's like I said, it's a very big house. At least for this area. I mean, well, like I said, the original house was only a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with a half basement. So this technically would be the front door, even though that's pretty much what's used as the front door, the other one. Oh yeah, that's my other little money pit. Mom's old Escalade. I've been driving that while the Corvette was having to get all the dash panels fixed and all that, which if you saw my other video, you know I'm still waiting on one of those panel pieces. But okay, so going inside, this is going to be the old part of the house, and I'll just kind of show you what the old house is, which you'll be able to tell by the floor. Plug in some lights. This is all yard sale stuff. We set tables up in here, that way we could do it indoor, outdoor. This entire part of the house was full of stuff. I mean, it was like you couldn't even see the other end of the under end here, but we got rid of a lot of stuff. But originally, you'd come in the door, and this was the dining room, this little section right here. And then over here was the kitchen. And you can see where the new floor versus the old floor is. So this was the back of the old house. Well, this was it. This was the kitchen, the dining room. Right here was the laundry room. This is a bathroom. Then there's a bedroom. They had ripped out all the rooms. They didn't. All this subflooring is going to have to be ripped out. All the underneath is going to be redone with new construction. Again, not my deal to deal with. But here was the bathroom, which actually for back in the day, this was which we only had one bathroom growing up, but it was actually a really big bathroom. I mean, that definitely screams 80s. And my dad being the reason why they kept obviously the bathroom was functioning still, so they kept this bathroom intact and the bedrooms on the other side of here. And he actually has an air conditioning unit in there that goes up under the house to vent the exhaust, so you could have heating and air while they were working on the house. This was the room, the door that went to the basement, the half basement. So the half basement was only from here to that wall. The original basement was. Okay, this was mine and my brother's bedroom. Yes, Star Wars fans. So, of course, we had a huge wall with Star Wars stuff. Later, after we grew up, my dad liked model trains, so he actually had a train that went all the way around, had shelving, went into the closet, out of the closet. So that was something he liked showing off to kids and stuff. This was our little closet. We still got a few things we got to go through, but not much. And so it's kind of funny because you got your window here, but you're inside the house. You know, that's the back. This was the back corner of the old house. And then this right here used to be the opening door to my mom and dad's old bedroom, and then they actually had a back deck off the back of their house. We could go that way, but we'll go around the other way. So now we're going to go into new construction. Little makeshift kitchen. So all this is going to be new construction. Like I said, the attic, it's a crazy attic. I mean, it goes the whole length of the house. My mom had pretty much decorations for every holiday known, and it was full of like 500 totes we went through, which was really crazy. So like I said, this was the bedroom that we was just in. Okay, so I'll go down here. I'll start this way first. So there's that front door. So most of this is very close to all being finished. So this is the bathroom. So have a nice bathroom, shower, you know, tile work. That's all finished. Then we have a laundry room. It's all finished. And these two rooms are actually air conditioned. The house has one AC unit and it's run off of that. But so we have the laundry room. And the bedroom. So this is the master bedroom. So unfortunately my mom did not get to see this finished. She saw it close, but never got to actually stay in here after it was done. So here's kind of like a little, kind of a closet, but really, I mean, you couldn't do a whole lot. You could put some shelves or something in the back, but I mean, that's where the attic door is, and that's just the door to the back of the dryer and washer and dryer. So then you have one closet right here, and this is actually everything on the other side of this wall, and the big room is all spray foam insulated. And we do have fiber. That's one thing that's nice with this house. So here's the master bedroom. The bathroom almost got finished. That's what all this is. My uncle actually came to help work on it, and then that's when Mom got sick because she wanted to get this bathroom done, and it didn't get finished before she got sick and passed away. So she always wanted a big shower, but she never got to use this big shower. But it does look cool. It's just didn't get to use it, unfortunately. Somebody will once the house is finished. And that was a stained glass that my mom loved. Little hummingbird. Okay, and so you had this the closet back there, and then this room. My mom liked doing embroidery and sewing and stuff, and so her idea was to have her sewing machines in this room. That's why there's like extra plugs and outlets and everything on the walls. But like I told the real estate lady, I was like, hey, this would be a good little home office, or if somebody it also has a cedar closet. But if somebody wanted to, they could just close that off and just make a door there and make this a bedroom if they wanted, but just have to see that's up to them. But to me, I thought it's a cool office, a little home office. Big bay windows. One thing that's cool, it doesn't snow a lot over here, but when it does snow in the wintertime, it's really cool because it's down a mountain and everything. It's got good scenery out of it. Okay. Now for the great room / living room. This was the room that my mom wanted to where all the family could meet on holidays and things. That way there was plenty of room. So this is why this room is just about 1,600 square feet. So it's 40 by 40 kinda. That's the bathroom from the master. So it's not quite 40 by 40, but underneath this is the garage, which is as big as this. But yeah. It's amazing. One of the just little touches. My mom, they loved going to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. They would, rent cabins up there, and that's the reason why they wanted to make this like a Pigeon Forge cabin. Tile work, stonework, fireplace. I mean, the fireplace would put Cracker Barrels to shame. It's massive. Funny story. My dad was not a hunter, but he was a dumpster diver because he could never stand seeing something good go to waste in a dumpster. And we had a dumpster that was near where we had our auto glass business. And anytime he'd find something in there that was good, he'd pull it out. Well, he actually got that deer head out of the dumpster because it was at a storage unit and somebody, I guess, threw all their stuff away, and so he was like, I didn't want that to go to waste. So that's where the deer came from. Same thing with the squirrel. If you notice, there was a squirrel on the wall in the laundry room. But just to kind of show you some stuff, like this mantle is all hand carved. Just one of those little touches for the house, because it actually has the house on the mantle. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But, yeah. I try to explain this room to people, because when I tell them, when I was telling them I got a house I got to get rid of, and it's not, I mean, obviously this isn't for everybody. I mean, there's some people that would be like, oh my God, I wouldn't want something like that, but I think it's pretty awesome. That is an 85-inch TV on the wall. I mean, it looks like it's not like a 40-inch TV from back here, but I mean, it's, you know, such a big room. But hopefully whoever builds this, finishes this, gets this finished, we'll get to have, obviously, that bedroom and stuff. I'm actually leaving that with the house because that's another thing that my mom and dad got from Pigeon Forge that matches, you know, the decor and everything. And whoever buys the house, if they don't like it, whatever, but they could get rid of it. But I mean, it's pretty awesome, I think. I always tell Wendy it looks like a Flintstone bed, the way it's like so big and everything, but it's pretty cool. But I just pray whoever does get the house and it's finished, they love it, enjoy it as much as my family has. Even though my family didn't get to see it completed for the entire house, my mom and dad did get to experience this room being finished for several years. They just didn't get the rest of the house finished. But yeah, my grandmother, when we stained these walls, she took one of these little chairs and actually sat in the middle. She wasn't feeling well and was kind of, you know, end of her life as well. But we would go down and get her and bring her up here, and she would sit in one of these chairs and just spin around and tell us, "Hey, you missed a spot," or "Hey." So it was kind of like a little funny thing that we always did. We'd always say that Nanny was always there to correct you. But there's still a lot of stuff I got to take back. I mean, like rocking chairs, I'm keeping the rocking chairs. This one rocking chair is actually my great-great-grandmother's. So, wait, great-great or great? It could be great-great, but anyway, at least great. And so, keeping that rocking chair. Well, I'm going to keep all the rocking chairs, because that was my dad's Army rocking chair he got from Cracker Barrel. My mom had the Dolly Parton one. So, and I know Wendy was really wanting that, to keep that, so. But anyway, so there's the great room, and now we'll go tour the basement. So the basement. Originally, the basement, these stairs were horrible. So originally these stairs, I'll just kind of show you if I can remember about where it was at. I think it was about right here. Originally these stairs didn't go straight down. They actually did a 90-degree and went that way. And it's almost like when they were creating the house, they didn't plan for the height of the upstairs and downstairs, and so they basically messed up the stairs and had them like a little bitty tiny stairs going that way. So my dad had to pay some money to have that all redone. So now it looks much better being straight down. So here's the basement. Cool thing about the basement, I think it's only like 8-foot ceilings, but the nice thing is there's no poles. So all this was engineered for the width of the house. So there, you know, are 0 poles in this house for the basement or the garage. And this closet's actually where the way the stairs used to be. That's Christmas trees. But the stairs used to go up and then to the right. And so when they redid it, they just turned this into a closet, which was a good idea. I don't know why my dad did so many deadbolts. So like this is a metal door, but he had some type of plan. This is the actual, I mean, this one I can understand. So this is the breaker room and the safe. So, you know, which is pretty cool because you're obviously not getting that out of this room. And then it's also dead bolted. So very secure, pretty cool. Okay, so this is the This is the old basement. Right here, this half basement. And this was the stairs originally that came down the basement here. Story for you. When me and my brother were kids, my parents were at work, and it was around Christmas time. My mom gets home. First thing she does is run to the basement stairs and opens them up and looks at them, looks down. She's like, okay, you guys was good boys today. Me and my brother are like, what is she talking about? Because we used to snoop, like any kid, looking for, where'd our parents hide presents and stuff. Well, she had actually taken baby powder and dusted. She started on the bottom and dusted all the stairs to see if she would catch us with footprints going down the stairs. Crazy, Mom, crazy. Anyway, that's a good story. But these stairs came down, and then that actually was a sliding glass door that went outside. This was the very back of the house right here originally. And so I said no poles in the basement. I lie. There's one pole, because obviously this is all got to be redone. This is all old construction, original construction. And then this right here is actually under the house. So whoever does do the work, I mean, it's pretty easy access to get to all of it, to do all the flooring, rip it all up. And then when you're in here, you actually, it's like a bunker. There's another metal door down there, and you go into that room, and that's like a machine room where it's got the hot water heater and stuff like that in that room. So, but anyway, all this has got to be redone and ripped out and all that good stuff. My dad's original plan is he wanted to dig all that out and make this a full basement. I didn't understand why he wanted to do that, because the house is already big enough. But anyway, that could be done, I guess, if somebody really wanted to do it. Okay. This area over here was originally going to be the theater room. Was the plan. It's just you'd come in here and then he'd have some seating and theater, that was his idea, or have it there with it shooting on this way or whatever. But that was the plan originally. Now it's just a construction pieces, extra pieces from doing construction thrown around and all that good stuff. And this is going back outside, so you do have a daylight basement. All right, now the garage. Now, before you see the garage, I have an entire series, and I'll link it, for garage cleanup that I did on this house. If you've not seen it, you would not believe it. My dad had so much stuff in this garage. I mean, you couldn't move in this garage. I mean, it was literally a hoarder garage. But it was a lot of good stuff. It's just, it was too much stuff. And over the last few years, we've cleaned it all out. So here is the garage now. So like I said, upstairs, this is a 40 by 40. Not real high ceilings though. That's the only downside to this. It's only like 8-foot ceilings. But so it's not like you could put a lift or something in here. But there's plenty of property out back that you could build a shop or whatever if you wanted, something with a lot higher ceilings. But that corner is where it's all plumbed for a bathroom. Back here, all this is. And he had hookups for washer and dryer. And the Suzuki's been in a couple videos. I'm actually got families interested in all these things, because I already have a mower over in Georgia. My yard takes 15 minutes to mow, so the X580 doesn't make a lot of sense to take over there just to mow my yard. The Gator, obviously, where I'm at, I don't need it. So I've got family members that are in landscaping and everything. They're interested in those and the Suzuki and all that stuff. But Suzuki's a cool little vehicle. I mean, I'm a little too big for it. My issue I have is my hip. Until I can get my hip replaced, driving the manual's like dang near impossible. Not to mention it's so small. I mean, I've got the seat back as far as I can go. I mean, I can fit in and I can start it and move it around and everything, but it's my leg. It's like it's hard to even close the door with my leg with the way my hip is messed up. But it's a cool little vehicle for sure. And that's pretty much the rest of the house. So that's what I've been dealing with. So that's why I haven't really been making a lot of videos or doing a lot of stuff. Heck, I haven't been to car shows in like at least a year because Mom got sick kind of the beginning of last year. And so we was with her, dealing with her, or coming over here still taking care of this because she couldn't deal with it. And then now that she's gone, I'm dealing with it. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little different from what I usually post. I just wanted to kind of show where I've been. Hopefully I'll get back to doing car shows. I love going to see car shows and meeting people and hanging out with people. I feel bad. I've got so many friends that I've met from the car show scene, and they've asked me, hey, you want to go out to eat? It's like I haven't had time. It's like work all week, and then as soon as you get off work, run over here, do all the yard work over here. I mean, the yard takes about 4 hours to mow it. And it's like you get all that stuff done, you're already wore out, and then you're going through stuff. I mean, it's been a lot for sure. Plans this year, obviously, plan number one is get this house sold, which I'm well on our way to do that. Then I'm going to get my hip replaced, hopefully the beginning of this next year, and that's going to make I know that'll make a huge difference on my life. My mom really wanted me to get that done, and I was going to get it done this last year, but then she got sick. Because I know, I was doing so good with losing weight, and anybody out there that struggles with weight loss, I was doing so good with it. And then when my hip just got worse and worse, it's like I can't hardly even walk. It takes everything I can just to walk around and work. So I can't wait to get that done. Once I get my hip replaced, that's going to make, I pray that everything goes well, and that just changes my life, really. But anyway, I love all y'all. Really appreciate all the prayers and support over the last few years. Anybody that's watched my channel, it's actually grown quite a bit. I'm almost up to 2,000 subscribers. It's crazy. I think a lot of them, though, are from my short about the Blazer, thinking that it sounds like a 6.2 liter supercharged Z01. But that short definitely got me a lot of followers. But I just, like I said, I love everybody, and I'm glad that, hope all of y'all are doing well. I'm glad to finally be getting closer to the end of this chapter in my life. We will miss the house. I won't miss all the work having to go into the house. But I'll definitely miss, sitting on the porch and, the fireplace in the wintertime. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this house is extremely unique compared to other houses. But on that note, I'm going to catch you guys later, and keep your eyes open once I get back to going. And I'm definitely going to post video when I'm getting ready to do my hip, because I'll definitely be needing some prayers and support on that. But anyway, catch you guys on the next one.